All right, there we go. We are officially live. Took a minute or two. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Chris, and this is my channel, We Love Comics. And as always, I want to thank everybody for taking the time to watch one of these videos. Now, this is another video of speculation, because I know people like these, whether people want to admit it or not. They're my most viewed videos. So I heard some information about a book that's been rumored for a while, but the rumors are getting a little bit more constant, which tends to end up being true, but keep in mind things can always change and rumors cannot always be accurate. So if you are investing in comics purely for speculation, please do so with caution and do not spend your mortgage payment to get any of these books. Always look for deals, wait for deals, and trust your instinct. Sometimes you might have to wait or miss out on something. So before I start, I want to make sure everybody sees this. Make sure you check out my store, my web store, because I don't have the flea market anymore. Unfortunately, they sold and went out of business. If you check the link in the description or in the live chat, you can check out the books that I have. And I also had a couple of videos I did about a month ago, so you want to see some of the comics that may not be in that website, please go check those out as well. Don't forget to sign up for the cashback program. So if you buy any of these comics, the link is in the description of this and every video. All you have to do is click on it, sign up, and if you spend $25 or more within the first 90 days, you get a $10 additional cash back, and it works on a lot of different sites. So check in to see if there's any restrictions. And if you do click on the link and you sign up and you spend the $25 or more, I get a one-time referral fee. So it helps me be able to pay bills and stuff. So let's put the video camera on because I see enough people are here. Now, one thing I will tell you is if you don't already have these books, and many of you, especially if you're my age, probably already have these books, but it's always good to get them in multiples to take the chance while the prices are low. But keep in mind, I know that I am an influencer in this community. I'm not a major one. I'm not going to sit there and pretend otherwise. But I do know when I recommend a book, all of a sudden, the prices on eBay will double, triple, and quadruple. So you got to get them early or wait it out. Because remember, these are rumors, and they can change, and it doesn't guarantee they're going to work or become something major. So keep that in mind. So don't forget to wait until the end to see who's today's surprise subscriber shout out. You do have to be in the live chat, and basically the more you communicate in the live chat, the more likely I will see your name. So let's show some effort out there. Don't forget to hit the like button if you appreciate these kind of videos. Share them if you think they're helpful. And I started a new thing that I'm going to try and do every single day, where I post some polls and I ask a bunch of different questions. So if you haven't had the opportunity to check those out, check my page and participate. There's about 4 or 5 different posts that I've done. Some of them have been actually quite interesting, the answers that people have been giving. So let's show the books. Now the rumor is that one of the ways Wolverine may be introduced into the MCU is through his connections with Canada. Now, of course, if you are a Wolverine fan like I am, you know he originally comes from Canada. He was, quote-unquote, the first Canadian superhero. And there are rumors going around that Alpha Flight may be in a future MCU movie. Now, the one thing I will say is Alpha Flight, I'm not sure if I see them as a long-term thing. So it may be a small little part in a movie. It may be 1 or 2 cameos here and there, or they could end up being the next Guardians of the Galaxy. You never know. In my opinion, with MCU getting Fantastic Four, XMen, Deadpool, Wolverine, all these other characters, I don't see this being something major, so it might be a one and done if it happens, but you could make a quick turnaround if you are getting comics for investment purposes. Now, these are books that have been around since the 90s, and some of them since the 70s, so if you haven't gotten them by now, you know, sleeping dog gathers no whatever. I have no idea. So put that in the comment section if you're listening to me rant. All right, so the first one. This is a book I would definitely recommend to get, because I have a feeling with today's you know, whether you like it or not, whether you agree with it or not, the SJW type of stuff that's going on, there's going to be a lot of female characters and other situations happening, so this would not shock me if this character shows an appearance even if it's individually. This is a book that was a big deal back in the 90s because it never happened before. I remember it because I was around in the 90s collecting comics. But this one, I'm going from least to most valuable, the ones that I think have the potential. So this is the first one. This is Alpha Flight number 106. Now, this is the first print. This is the comic. It was a controversial comic back in the days, back in the 90s, where North Star comes out as gay. So you never know. This is a book that back in the 90s was going for about $50 to $100. I picked this up for $11.50. So this book is definitely decreased in value. So if you bought it back in the days and you spent $50, $60, you're hoping that a movie is going to include this character. But it would not surprise me. So the red is the original first print. Now, it's not a variant like Michael said. This is a second print. So this is the second comic I would recommend. I don't know if it's a lower print or not. Who knows these days how many people kept these? Of course, higher grades are going to be rarer. So the second print is the blue. First print is the red. I would get both if you're getting them. Again, it depends on the price. I only paid $8.48. Of course, I buy these on eBay. You can go to local comic book stores if in your area they actually allow people to go in them. I won't even get into that. But this is the least of the 5, but I definitely would recommend them because you can get them cheap. So Alexander gives it a thumbs down, but that's okay. You don't have to like every comic. The good thing is when somebody doesn't like something, that means the person that does actually gets a better opportunity. All right, next up, this is another book I highly recommend. This person claims it to be a 9.8. I mean, it looks great, but we'll see. This is Alpha Flight number 1. Now, there is some significance in this. This is not the Alpha Flight team's first appearance, but there are 2 major characters that are in this. It's Puck, which is that character right there. I always loved that character. He was the first shorter, we'll just keep it that way, the first shorter superhero. And then I think her name is Marina, or Marina. I'm not sure how it's pronounced. But there are 2 first appearances in this book. The seller claimed this to be a 9.8. I guess if I ever get it graded, we'll find out. But I paid $17.48 for this book. You could definitely get this book a lot cheaper. But again, they're claiming it to be a 9.8. And if it does, then $17 is absolutely worth it. And it looks like I changed Alexander's mind. He gave 4 thumbs up. So that means 1 thumbs down and 5 thumbs up. So that means technically 4 thumbs up. So it's good to turn people around. So thank you for that, Alex. All right. And this one is not part of the 5. This came with that other book because it came out to $35 and change. So they were $17.49 each. This is one I wasn't aware of. I don't know what's going to happen with it, but it was kind of a throw-in. But this is Amazing Heroes number 21. Most people are not going to mention this book. So this is kind of, technically the 6th book. But there is a 1-page ad for Alpha Flight number 1. So I don't think this is going to be worth anything. You probably find it in the dollar bin. The only reason I said $17.49 is that it was like $35 for both comics, so I just split it in half. But this might be one, if you find it in the dollar bin, most people are not going to know about this book. And again, it's just an ad for Alpha Flight number 1. But, some people like the first ad for Spawn. So this might be a different book that probably is not a high print run and not many of them out there. And many people probably don't even know this exists. Might be a cool thing to check into your collection. Who knows? All right, last 2. This one's a graded book. And yes, I do get CGC, believe it or not. This, and let me put my camera so I can see it. This is X-Men number 120. This one is the first cameo appearance of Alpha Flight. This is definitely a book I would recommend getting. This is a Bronze Age book, so these are going to be a little bit more expensive. But like I say, if you get these early, you'll probably be able to get these for a pretty decent price. But I can guarantee you in the next day or so, these books are going to go up. And especially if there's confirmation that Alpha Flight ends up in the MCU, then you know what's going to happen. Again, I cannot guarantee that. But this is CGC 6.0. says first appearance of Alpha Flight in Cameo, Sunfire, a couple of different appearances. So this is definitely a book to pick up. It has white pages, 6.0. With shipping and handling, I only paid $49.99. So basically $50 for a graded book. I mean, it's not a 9.8, but for that price, you know, if it ends up, Alpha Flight ends up in a movie, and they do confirm it to be true, this will be a $150 book, so I can easily double my money if it happens, and I always say if. Alright, so last one. Don't forget, if you want a surprise subscriber shout-out, just make sure you comment so I can pay attention to the things you have to say. Don't forget to join the cashback program. The link is in the description. All you have to do is click on it, sign up, and if you spend $25 or more within the first 90 days, you will get a $10 additional cashback. And if you sign up with the link that's provided in the description, I do get a one-time fee, so it does help. So, and if anybody can do that, you know, it helps me, but it doesn't cost you anything other than whatever you buy. Alright, so last but not least, most of you probably know what this one is. That is another book that I highly recommend. I don't have it yet, but Michael P. did say X-Men 109. I have that one, but it's not here yet. So X-Men 109 is the first appearance, not of Alpha Flight, but of, well, let me show this book first and then I'll tell you. So yes, X-Men number 109 is another book to get. I just don't have a picture of it. You can go on eBay and check it out. It's another Bronze Age book, one I highly recommend. But the book I recommend is Uncanny X-Men number 121. This is the first full appearance of Alpha Flight. This is going to be one of the hottest books. The other one is this character. I forget his name. If anybody knows it, because I know a lot of you are smarter than I am when it comes to the comics, 109 is the first appearance of this character, who, of course, ends up in Alpha Flight. So it's First Guardian, so Michael P., thank you for that. So X-Men 109 is absolutely another book. I just didn't happen to have that one available. It's not here. And Rotelm Cheese, I like that name, 109 is a cameo appearance. Okay, so 109 is a cameo appearance of the First Guardian. So, again, there's a lot of books that you can get, but I think this one will ultimately be the #1 book, because if Alpha Flight shows up, this is the first full appearance of Alpha Flight, and because you also see some of the characters on this cover, it's going to make it more desirable, because as you see with 120, you could see some of the characters, but they're in shadows, so you don't know who they are. And Mike says Vindicator. Alright, so one person said Guardian, and another person said Vindicator. So I'll leave that up to you guys. Of course, do your own research. I'll look that up. I just didn't have that comic, so I wasn't originally going to mention it until I got it. But since you guys brought it up, I wanted to make sure that that was mentioned. So those are the books. Those are the 5 books, technically 6 I would recommend to get. Make sure you do your own research. Do not just buy something without verifying, because then you're going to overspend and you're not going to be happy. So don't just watch this video and go straight to eBay and buy the first one you see, because a lot of times you're going to regret that. Also, keep in mind that these are rumors. Rumors can change. Rumors cannot be true. They could end up being just a cameo appearance, or they could end up being something amazing for future movies down the line. You never know, so you are taking a chance, so keep that in mind if you purchase any of these books. And remember, collect for the fun of it. Yes, it's great if you can make money on them, but if you enjoy what you're collecting, then it doesn't matter. I've had many books that started out with, you know, a high price and they went down in value when I was younger, and I still own them and I still love them. So if you're doing it for the fun of it, you will never be wrong. So let me give today's surprise subscriber shout out. 19 of the 77 people have given this video a thumbs up, so thank you to the 19. I hope more of you will give the thumbs up to show support that you appreciate these kind of videos, because you guys know me, anytime I have information, even if it's just a rumor, I will mention it, because I want to help you guys out. So show your support by hitting that thumbs up button. So today's surprise subscriber shout out, you did a great job. You gave a lot of thumbs up, but you didn't make a lot of comments, so hopefully you will next time. But Alexander Shaheen, you just put Alex or Alexandra, I'm sorry, Alexander. You are today's surprise subscriber shout out. So thank you very much, guys. Hopefully you appreciate it. Check out these comics. Make sure you do your research. Know what you're spending before you just buy. Sometimes you got to wait for deals. Sometimes you got to pass up on them. because you might miss out if they get too pricey, because eBay, the price is going to get really high soon, and if the rumors end up not being true, you're going to be very upset. So make sure you know what you're doing before you spend the dime. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Once again, don't forget to check out my website if you're interested in any of the comics I'm selling, because I've been out of work for 3.5 months, so any little bit always helps and is always appreciated. And don't forget, it is not you, it is not I, it is we love comics. Thanks, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you had a great day. Hope you have a continued great day. Be safe, be good to one another, and have fun collecting comics. I'll see you next video. Go check out some of the polls I've been doing and participate in them. Have your voice heard. I'll see you guys next video.